No Manchester United kit on today, but we actually play on with some very vital games. Episode number 2. Barcelona is just a must play, isn't it? So let's start off with the contracts on this fresh new day. Aiden Heaven, Martinez and Dugan. Captain Bruno Guimaraes definitely has to get a new deal. Lenny Yoro. And also Radek Vitek, the goalkeeper, still deciding if he wants to stay, as we've got a lot of games to get through today. I want to see the new kits. I want to see them fully in action. 2 years? 2 years out of Bruno Guimaraes, the new Bruno in town. However, no contract for Yoro. He doesn't take 100k a week on a 5-year deal. Lenny Yoro, man, he doesn't want to sign up again. Okay, it means we definitely need one of these 3 centre-backs, and I've got to go for the strongest. Leacher is actually loyal to this club. Get in there, Martinez. The Butcherer signs a 2-year deal worth 180k, gets more than Yoro. And we finished last time off speaking about Cardosa, our new youth player. 18-year-old, potentially the new Ronaldo. Already used that title. On Fabio Silva, we've got Hogan to an 80 rated, Lacey in the team. Palmer I want to see play today, as let's decide which games we play in this massive run of fixtures. Well, I do think we can sim Wickham, but I don't want to go out the cups. I know we're not doing best in the league, but Barcelona got to be played. I've played so many Manchester derbies, I kind of don't want to play them. Bournemouth's a tricky fixture. Away from home, potentially. The San Siro as well. Or even Arsenal, even Sunderland. I feel like I've played all the big games a few times, like City. I want to play some new teams. I want to see new games. And most of all, I want to score goals, as I'm going with the strongest team into Chelsea. Still think we have to be full strength in the league. It's a 2-0 win. And automated changes were made ahead of FC Barcelona. Let's not actually go out in the league phase this time round, as I'm going to make one huge change. Or 2, I know Cunha scored, but I am going to put Hogan in there and also Hayden Heaven, because Yoro refused his deal. And with me, refuse pay, you don't play. At least for a little while, as this kit looks even better in game than I imagined. The white with just the red extra, phenomenally classy, as Patrick Dorgu gets a big foot to that. Dembele tries to release Cole Palmer, his first in-game game. Mark Casado is in the middle as well. Ferran Torres, that is a brilliant ball. Sané Lemons, that is a shocker. From the man that usually doesn't have them, Fermin the Vermin catches us in the box sleeping. Sané Lemons. Got to feel for him just a little bit. And Hogan, you've got to help defensively, because Dorgu's getting overrun. Lamine Yamal. It's another big save. Maybe Lamine Yamal's making it look worse than it actually is, but here's Cole Palmer. First touches of the ball on this right-hand side with Brian and Burmo making the run forward, and Burmo into the box, tries to play it back. Achimapong in their defence. 9 minutes added on. Maybe he's come on with a sub. I think they did make one early on. With the pass across Carmona, we've wasted it. Completely wasted it, as that man's taking the mick. We need to put a stop to it. We need to be a lot better. Brian and Burmo. Now we need to go again. Ousmane Dembele down into Carmona, into Brian and Burmo again. If we can get Ousmane Dembele against one of his former clubs playing well, maybe we stand a chance at the start of the second half. Pass it to Ousmane. He was the player to run onto that. Brian and Burmo with a skill move. There's a lot of space out here for Jose Carmona, used to playing against these in this league before. That's the biggest chance for Manchester United. We can't forget as well, these have only scored from a mistake. There's a bit of momentum. Dorgu rises highest, and it comes off a Barcelona hand. Ex-City player Garcia. And I want this to go a bit low, Brian and Burmo. It doesn't really go low, but it does go into the back of the net. Level in the Champions League. A lot better than last year, we can say. Still, time to go out and win this away from home. We're a really good side now. There's Baleba keeping out Mainu. Just go short into Lee Kang-in. What a player. Burmo's actually come off, because I am rotating for this league form. And Hogan found a gap. Amad Diallo, gotta be better. 1-1 draw with Barcelona away from home. Definitely could be worse. And Burmo, the main man, with the man of the match. Hopefully he plays in this next game against Villa, but it is a loss. Gersand with the goal. If we're not careful, we'll get beat here by Wickham at home. As we change to our reserve side, Hogan has to get us out of trouble. Only a 2-1 win. Nottingham Forest up next. Any transfer news? I see a lot of offers coming in. Don't want to sell any of them players. With Sene Lemons, a little bit of questioning on him because he had a bit of a shocking game against Barca. Ultimately, though, he's our starter and he's not getting out of this team. In front of goal, we lack a bit of quality. Dembele with 4 in 9. And I'm sick of actually signing strikers, with Fabio Silva being the best one out of the club. Tino Livramento back in the squad for this one, chucking him straight in there with 290 rated up front. And he gets the winner. Never mind our attacking force. Great for him as a hammering to Galatasaray in the Champions League. And a win against Manchester City, who we have played so much. Got me feeling good as Cole Palmer nets his first United goal with a win against Celtic. Surely we go through in the Champions League this season. As here we are in the Sharp kit, playing Bournemouth like I said we would, because I do want to score some goals. And I wanted to see this kit in action. Beautiful. Ain't taking defeat as an option. We've got the English link-up of Livramento and Shea Lacey. Hogan on the other side. Ahmad rested. Ahmad not really playing that well, and Shea Lacey on the run here. He should have scored his first United goal to poach through as Kobe Mainu with the spin into Lee Kang-in. All the rhyming going down as Shea Lacey. That's a brilliant ball. Tino Livramento always injured, but when he's on the field, he provides. Lee Kang-in, he's in for Cole Palmer. Look at that beautiful kit. They're the low drivens I always tried with Carmona. With Dorgu, it finally takes Livramento, and it's an instant goal. Always struggling with the bloody front men as Evan Nilsson. Don't let him run straight into Tino Livramento. Shea Lacey, I want to see a little bit more. You went quiet after your first actions. Just play that simple into Hogan. Getting all the youth linking up. Sheshko round the corner. Shea Lacey tries the low driven. Brilliant save by Petrovic, and Aiden Heaven with the turn. Straight into Hogan again. Hogan into Amas. Amas intercepted. And such an opportunity to go again. That's a good tackle, Harry Amas. Another young player in this lineup. Been very good here with the academy, and Sheshko hasn't watched his line again. Forces another good save. I thought we'd be scoring goals in this game, but it just proves strikers have been dodgy for us. But it looks like we won't get it, because the game's finished. Carrick wins. But I don't feel satisfied with the way we played. We're already on a high line. Maybe advance forward isn't the one. Do we go poacher? People told me Sheshko fits it, which he doesn't, but maybe Dembele does. Lee Kang-in, well, he has to come out really, doesn't he? We can't be resting Cole Palmer. Shea Lacey good, but it's not enough. And now we go for a quarter-final against West Ham, and on penalties, after missing ourselves, West Ham lose again on pens, like they did in real life, and sorry, this is the quarter-final, Southampton. Huge opportunity for our third trophy of the season, as we don't have the best goal against record, that's Brighton's, but we do sit top of the league, with bottom up next, and then a tricky run of fixtures. Palmer's second penalty missed, and he's only got a goal. Dorgu wins it. Maybe Kang-in has to play at some point. A 1-1 draw with Lyonnais, followed up by a win against Arsenal. Get in there, a big result. Nice bit of revenge, and we get a 3-1 win against Spurs, and then a 2-0 win against Milano, but Palmer gets suspended. Can actually play away at Anfield, however. Strongest team, first versus second in the Premier League, and a rivalry. I said I wanted to play new teams, but we just frankly have to play this game. At this point, it's bigger than the City derby. Almost running straight through. I want to be aggressive, especially with that poacher role as Ousmane, Dembele, Cole Palmer, and Burmo Mateus Cunha. They're almost all over 90. Unai Emery in charge for them, and Isaac, he was getting around us then. I committed to a one-way move. Our defence, obviously not the best. Dorgu just got run straight through. McAllister playing it around. Harvey Elliott's on their wing. If we lose this game, we go to second, so we can't lose it. The early yellow card for Brian and Burmo. I don't know where Sene Lamens is going, but Mateus Cunha on a run here, and he's around his defender. Counter-attacking opportunity with no one catching this man. He's back in for Hogan. He's going to go low. He goes himself. Gareth Bale-esque. top of the league clash. Is he actually our striker, or am I just exaggerating how truly good he is? Opens his body up and finishes to have us back in the lead. Curtis Jones through the middle. There should be a bit of added time, and there is. There's been plenty of fouls and plenty of breaks in play. Ousmane Dembele, 3. Oh, sorry, 2. How did I forget it's only 2? 7th goal for our little joker. Number 67 gets us 2-0 up in a big game. With plenty of action still to go. And Martinez, Leacher into the corner. Belabor around it as well. Patrick Dorgu, Cunha again. Frimpong should be very fast. He actually makes the tackle for once in this game. At least we're not conceding in games. And we've made substitute. Sheshko on also. Ahmad, I think. They're trying to get across us, and they've squeezed straight through. A terrible shot in the end. Even Shea Lacey's been a little bit better, but Cole Palmer looks for Mateus. Cunha, Benjamin Sheshko to kill this top of the league clash off. I think he does. 3-0 at Anfield in the favourite kit of mine right now. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Should be an Anfield win. Consider Anfield wrapped up by Manchester United dominance. Straight into Everton after it, and a 2-1 win on Merseyside again. Cole Palmer into his own. He's finally scoring goals for United. I realise I'm getting through games thick and fast, but he's the joint highest rated player. Now with 5 goals in 19, the best player is Bournemouth, potentially second season running, and the Ballon d'Or winner was Haaland. I believe so anyway, so I want him to beat him. He scores again, a big win. Then again, he's a right midfielder. Maybe Dembele takes home the Ballon d'Or. For the second time for us, as there we go, wins and yellow cards. For the goal scorers, another win and another Bournemouth goal. Great stuff, but then in the cup game, belabor against an ex-rival in Southampton. We don't go through in the Carabao. Disappointment and potential embarrassment on a huge stage. We could have gone and won that trophy. We don't go and win that trophy, but hopefully we do the Champions League. A 10-point gap in the Premier League, and then 3rd in the league phase surely puts us in good stead, but I don't feel like I'm done with signings yet. As you can see, I simulated 4 more games, got us back on track after the cup upset to get us to the first, with Arsenal next, then Chesterfield, Bayern Munich, and like I said, defenders are needed.